Good evening. My name is Susan Hernandez. I am a contract planner for the city of Oxnard, and I am the planner for this project, which is a special use permit for Starbucks with a drive-through at Lemon Grove Plaza. The applicant is Scott Boydston. This is a request for a special use permit to allow for the construction of a 2,560 square foot coffee cafe with a drive-through within an existing commercial shopping center parking lot. The proposed building would increase the total building square footage for the shopping center from 99,903 to 102,900. The request also includes a request for an administrative parking relief to decrease the number of parking spaces required from 492 parking spaces to 462. The project is located at 2001-2091 North Oxnard Boulevard, which is Lemon Grove Plaza, as shown on the aerial image here and on the map beside that. Here are current images of the project site looking west from Oxnard Boulevard, which shows the sidewalk, landscaping, and parking lot. And we also show an image looking southwest at the project site from Oxnard Boulevard, which shows the plaza signage, sidewalk, landscaping, and parking lot. Currently, the project site is zoned as General Commercial Plan Development. The general plan designation is Commercial Community, and existing land use is a shopping center parking lot. To the north, the zoning is General Commercial Plan Development. The general plan designation is Commercial General, and the current land use is the Oxnard Motor Center. To the south is it's zoned as General Commercial Plan Development. General plan designation is General Commercial Community, and the existing land use is a shopping center. To the east is a multifamily residential plan development zone, residential low medium general plan designation, and the current land use is a single family residential planned community, the Monterey at our Harborside community. To the west, the zone is high rise residential plan development. General plan designation is residential medium high, and the existing land use is multifamily residential planned community, the Las Brisas del Rey. Here is maps of the general plan and zoning showing the designations for the project site as was stated in the previous slide. Now for a bit of background of the site. So on September 3rd, 1981, the Planning Commission denied the special use permit number 964 for the construction of a 109,000 square foot shopping center. But on November 10th, 1981, the City Council reversed the Planning Commission's decision and approved the special use permit. Following that, a number of minor and major modifications and special use permits were approved relating to architectural changes, additions of outdoor dining areas, and on and off-site alcohol sales. Here is the proposed site plan shown. It has the proposed Starbucks within the shopping center parking lot of Lemon Grove Plaza. The proposed floor plan shows the building area, which is 2,353 square feet. The outdoor patio area, which is 360 square feet. And you can see that the Starbucks will contain indoor and outdoor seating. Here are the elevations for the south and north. From the south, you can see the main entrance to the Starbucks, the patio cover, and some landscaping on the walls, along with the stone veneer facade and details, and the stone veneer on the columns. On the north elevation, which will be where the drive-through goes along, the walls of the building have additional landscaping to add further detail and not just add blank walls. On the west elevation, we have the drive-through pickup window, and on the east elevation, we have the other entrance to the Starbucks, which is the entrance if coming through the walkway from Oxnard Boulevard. The Starbucks landscaping will include existing and new trees and shrubs. Additional trees will include the bottlebrush and queen palms. There will be various water-efficient shrubs, agave, lantana, cat's claw, and the project will also include a 36-inch high wall with anti-graffiti coating, and the wall will have shrubs on both sides. The Starbucks drive-through section will be as so. The parking, then there'll be a planting area, drive-through, the 36-inch wall, which will also help prevent glare onto Oxnard, the incoming traffic on Oxnard Boulevard. Then there will also be a 30-foot setback from the drive-through to the sidewalk. So there are many policies from the general plan which are applicable to this project. The project promotes efficient use of larger vacant parcels as per Community Development Policy 1.2. And the project encourages upgrading, beautification, revitalization, and appropriate use of existing commercial areas and shopping centers as per Community Development Policy 4.2. The project ensures adequate separation between sensitive land uses to minimize land use incompatibility as per Policy 5.2. The project increases Oxnard's share of tax base and enhances the fiscal health of the city as per Policy 15.6. And the project identifies and attracts a range of commercial retail businesses that are compatible with the community business climate and not detrimental to the existing local economy as per Policy 18.1. So the project complies with the zoning code as subject to the general commercial plan development zone district. A table was incorporated into the staff report, which shows how these standards apply and how the project complies with those standards. There is one variation from the standards, which is being requested, which is the reduction of parking from 492 parking spaces to 462 parking spaces. So, as stated, the zoning ordinance would require this project to have 492 parking spaces, but the project will provide 462 parking spaces. However, the zoning ordinance does not account for shared parking, and a parking study was provided for this project, which shows that peak shared parking demand is 444 spaces, and considering that the project will provide 462 spaces, this leaves a reserved parking of 18 additional parking spaces. The project also provided a queuing study, which looked at various Starbucks in similar locations throughout the area. And in the study, it showed that there was a maximum of 9 to 14 vehicles in the queue during peak hours. And this project will provide queuing storage for 16 vehicles. So this project is in accordance with Section 15303, Class 3 of CEQA guidelines, and is categorized as construction and location of limited number of units and small facilities. And Section 15332, Class 32 infill development projects. This project meets the requirements of Class 3 and 32 because this proposal requests 2,353 square foot coffee cafe within with drive-through within an existing commercial shopping center and parking lot, and it's consistent with the applicable general plan designation and all applicable general plan policies, as well as with applicable zoning designation and regulations. No exception to the exemptions applied to defeat the exemption based on the above exemption, and this is in accordance with C. So the project will have recommended conditions of approval, which will include a drive-through speaker box that shall use automatic volume control, a final drive-through queue management plan that shall be submitted prior to building permit issuance that is consistent with the current plan. And if the drive-through queue management plan is not functioning effectively or upon any future modification or expansion, the plan shall be comprehensively reevaluated by the Community Development and Public Works departments. And lastly, the developer shall pay applicable impact fees. A public notice was provided for this planning commission hearing via newspaper, on-site posting, and a mailing was sent out to the property owners within 300 feet of the project site. To date, no public comments have been submitted regarding the project. It is the staff's recommendation that the Planning Commission adopt the resolution approving planning and zoning permit number 21-500-09, special use permit subject to certain findings and conditions. Thank you.